Hey everybody, I'm Tim and welcome to Cigars Daily Live, coming to you from sunny Phoenix, Arizona, to kick off the first show we've done in 3 or 4 or 7 weeks where the audio's not glitching. I am not starting off the show talking this way just to vamp so that I can see if the comments say that the audio's good or not, but it does sound like it may very well be okay. So here we go. Welcome. How are we doing? Do we do it? Wow, it worked from Nathaniel. Wow, this is great news.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Wait,
you know
how
what?
old are we?
That's what she said on his 40th birthday. Hey, listen, I'm about to turn 41, by the way.
Damn, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's everything they said it would be. I'm going to tell you the truth, and then I'm going to finish the intro to this show. And I mentioned this the other week, but for the last 2 years, every social media app shows me ads for hymns for the pills. And I was like, why is it showing me this? I don't need that. And then I turned 40 and I was like, where are those hymns ads?
I've sent you a couple. I've screenshotted a
Thank
couple.
you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I just need a phone number for my rotary dial phone.
Hello. You're supposed to mail in the check, Tim.
Yeah, I need some parcels for some hymns. Hey, listen, tonight's show, we're talking about a bummer of a subject. It's a blend for the end. The last cigar in my humidor will be, and here's the reason we're talking about this. It seems like over time, the whole issue with the end of the world just keeps getting inflated into a scarier and scarier prospect. There are way more things to be scared of that the world's going to end for some reason today than there was even 5 years ago. Go back 10 years. Hell, go back 15 years. 25 years ago, it was one thing. It was Y2K. That was it. That was the only thing that had the potential of ruining the world. And then we were fine until 2012. We had 12 years, and then another one thing popped up, and it was the Mayans, okay? And we were like, oh no, the Mayans. And then after that, it was fine for a long time. And now today,
2020.
The possibilities for the end of the world are seemingly endless. It's aliens, it's an asteroid, it's a super volcano, it's volcanoes under the ocean, it's a civil war, it's a world war, it's the Hollow Earth hippopotamus, whatever it is that people are talking about today that they want you to be scared of. That's the thing. Artificial intelligence, the lists go on and on and on. And so at some point, all of us have thought about the fact that, it looks like things could be near the end. And the real question is, if you had 90 minutes, if you had a little bit of time to sit and just reflect on your life, let your life just slowly, not even flash before your eyes, just roll before your eyes and think about all the stuff that you've done that you loved. What cigar would be the perfect pairing for that? Around the studio, I challenged everybody to grab a cigar that fits the bill for that. What is a cigar that, if we imagine that at the start of the show, the audio works perfectly, but an asteroid is going to hit us in 90 minutes, what would that cigar be? And that's what we've got going on tonight. My name is Tim. I'm the host of this show, and all of you watching, you are the co-host. Your comments and questions will drive this episode, so drop them down below, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube or even on Rumble or Cigars Daily Plus. And if you're watching on Rumble, you likely think the end of the world has already started. That being said, I got to tell you, we're going to take your comments all the way through this episode. And I can't do this thing alone. I need the best people in the industry, the best people on the internet to help me run this. And I have those people right in this room. So sitting behind the camera, helping me get this show done is Billy, the Cog of the Wall.
Yeah. So,
And yeah, that was a really nice one, Billy.
You know, I took last week to heart because you challenged me.
I sure did.
That you're a
Okay.
pusher.
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
did it in a
well,
loving way of mocking me and making fun of me
Yep.
and shaming me. So here I am doing it this week.
Okay.
Excellent.
There we go.
And sitting next to him is El Rey del Terrence, the
Hello,
king
everybody.
of the world.
I guess
El
I
Rey
can
del
be king of the
Terrence.
world. I don't know. It feels pretentious. I know I got a crown and all of that, but I just feel like pretentious. if
Could
I
you be
walk around.
the king of the Sahara?
I could be like a sultan.
A sultan?
Yeah,
I
none
could
of
be
the
the
Sahara has
sheik of the
kings.
Sonora. You know what I?
Sultan.
I could be the salt tan. You know what I mean? I'm a little darker than tan,
you
but
are
I
the
could be the
salt
salt tan. Yeah, I
And
could.
of course, sitting third chair tonight is
The
it's-
Ambergler.
She
It's
changed her
Amish
shirt.
Yeah,
It's
I was
It's
going
Amish
to interject.
Amber.
It's much more Amish
It's
today.
ye old
It's-
Amber.
the old Amber.
How's the butter churning going?
Oh dear God! All
Is
right.
Jedediah doing good at home?
Yeah.
That's good at
Yeah.
home, yeah.
Good tobacco there. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Now I just sound like from Wisconsin. That's
You're
not really working.
says Zorro. You're Zorro. Man, I wish there
Zora.
was a good
Zora.
mashup of
Zora.
Zorro. and
Indigo
Amber.
Montoya, you killed my father. Prepare to die.
All right, I want to dive straight into all of your comments first thing. And so Billy's going to pick one, and he's going to throw it up on the screen right now. Let's get after it, Billy. Go ahead.
I'm watching. Okay, let's see what we got coming in. Here we go.
Aaron says, anyone here try the Asylum 13 Ogre with the Candela barbershop pole wrapper? Okay. Asylum. So there's a few brands that do these barber poles. That's two different types of wrap reliefs intertwined together. And these two type of wrap reliefs make what looks like a traditional barber's pole. You will know a lot about a barber if you go there often for haircuts.
Like you do.
Like I do. I see my barber at least once every 2 or 3 weeks, which is how often I assume people with hair get haircuts. And,
Yes.
and he says to me, "Oh, good. Hi, Tim. I'm also Amish." And going back to the barber pole thing, there are a couple of these like Candela and Dark Habano barber poles, and Asylum's Ogre is one of them. The other one is a box pressed Oscar, coincidentally a 2012, based on the End of the World 2012. And both of those kind of give you a little bit of a different experience in a similar vein of flavor and experience for a cigar. And yes, one of Asylum's most popular cigars. This is great. Hey, listen, I want to keep taking your guys' comments and questions. We're going to keep bringing them. Billy, what are the people talking about down below? Kevin Krug says, if you had to choose between a 4x60 and a
Ooh, I love this
6x40
question.
cigar, what would it be? Where are we putting this cigar?
Oh.
Where's it going? First question.
Different things
Yeah,
for different
okay.
folks. You know.
What do you guys think?
Different
4x60 or 6x40?
I'm going 6x40. No matter where.
Billy?
I'm going 6x40.
Doesn't matter.
It does sound like the safer choice.
Yeah, I would be 6x40.
Amber.
6x40.
I'm exactly the same way, which by the way, a 6x40 is basically a Lonsdale size.
Yeah.
It's just about a Lonsdale, which is a great size. Coincidentally, a little shorter and typically a little wider ring gauge than a Lancero, which is one of the worst sizes. So you get a little give and take there. But I'll tell you the truth, a 4x60, I don't understand it. And this is what perplexes me. For a long time, cigars were just regular sizes. Robustos and Toros, there were torpedoes. Once in a while, we got super exotic and we did a size A.
Oh, I love A's.
And then they came out with these nub cigars, which David Garofalo has talked about on this show before. And David said that, somebody came in, they put one of these on his desk. I think it was maybe somebody from Perdomo, and Oliva eventually came out with this nub cigar. These days, it seems like the short, fat Vitolas are all the rage. Every cigar maker's got to make one. It's like every limited edition project is either a short, fat nub size or a short double perfecto that's also fat in the middle. It's just absolutely insane. And I don't understand it, but maybe you guys watching, maybe you do. So you can drop a comment to defend your 4x60, your short, fat cigars, which is the kind of cigar that I would only expect somebody with like a really big truck to want to smoke.
What if just asking for a friend? What if
Yeah.
it's not fat? It's just short.
I mean, what are we talking about? Like a 4x44?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000%. I mean, that's like, I think once you get into large rings, that's where I start to take issue with it. Coincidentally, rings that are too large, rings that are just small, I'm in like a Goldilocks zone.
I think you're
Cigar
describing the
aficionado.
Tootsie Roll, Billy. The Tootsie Roll.
You know?
smoke.
Yes.
So you're talking with Michelle.
Yeah,
I
there we
wasn't
go.
saying anything. I just talking about sizes, cigars.
All right, there we go. Let's keep them coming. 6x40 wins the day. 4x60, which, by the way, people love the 4x60. And but tonight, I've announced to everyone in the studio, we're also joined by the Cigars Daily Live studio audience. Show of hands, 4x60 or 6x40? Yeah,
All 8
40
people in
out
the
of
room.
40 of the audience members said 6x40. Yeah, I'm not good at estimating. All right, let's keep going, Billy. Grab another comment for me, if you will. Throw it down below. My wife, the wrench. Can I just say something really quick? I posted a picture in the Cigars Daily Nation Facebook group with my beautiful wife, one of my wonderful dog, sitting next to my humidor, and I said, these are a few of my favorite things: the wrench, the dog, the humidor. People get really offended when I call her the wrench.
She's literally the wrench. It
Lit-
says it in her name. The wrench.
Yeah, it's literally right there. So if people want to know why we call her the wrench, that's why, and for no other reasons.
Because she's not a wrench.
All right.
Okay.
She gets it. She knows that it's a fond thing. Cool. Hi, wrench. I love you. Good. Next. What else are we doing?
We gotta, but I don't know why, but they're saying you look emo tonight.
No.
I
Nope.
don't get it. No.
I've been putting on weight, if anything.
This is also
With that hair, you look like my brother Jebediah. That's what I think.
Jebediah.
Those Amish haircuts.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Kyle Edwards says, someone call Dateline and wake up Chris Hansen.
Why don't you have a seat? Why don't you have
Have
a
a
seat?
seat over here. Terrence, you would take one too.
I could take one. Wait,
Yeah,
what?
take the next comment.
Oh, I'll take the next comment. Billy, throw one up for me. Alley-oop me. Yeah, righty. From, wow, that is a name. Antonio Simadvia. Tim is back in the band because
I don't think
nobody quits.
nobody
the band.
quits the band.
Nobody
and even
quits the band.
The wrench is commenting on it too. She says, I love you, Timothy. They were referring to the hair being emo, sir. Okay.
oh
Like the lost beetle.
the
look like
Lost
a-
Beetle Gringo.
Gringo 3 out of 5 stars.
Knock off Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
That's
Kroger
just-
brand.
That's my boy Zach. I don't know what the F wrong with him.
There it was. You just said it, and there it was. Joel Lansing, Tim Efron. So I'll tell you this, and we're gonna stick with cigars. So drop your cigar comments and questions down below, and we got a lot to get to during this show tonight. I am wearing the beautiful Tim Pei. And
when was the last time you had that amount of hair on your head?
Alice, so I'll tell you a brief story. This is my hair journey. I was bald from the time I was about 20-ish, 22. So that's been 18 years. And I was single, and my buddy's wife said to me, Tim, your bald head is too intimidating for women. Derek Wishin says Temu Tim. This is Temu Tim.
Timu.
And so my buddy's wife, she says, Tim, you're never going to meet a girl with that bald head. You're too intimidating. You need to grow hair. And I said, that makes sense. So I started growing what I could, which at the time wasn't even that impressive. And it didn't look dissimilar to this. And I met Allison, the wrench. And while we were dating, I showed her a picture of me with no hair. And she said, yes, I'd like to order that, please. And so I waited just very briefly until I was certain that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with her, and then shaved it off and never looked back. That being said, I do think that every bald guy eventually looks in the mirror and it's like, kind of be nice to just have a head of hair, but only for convenience. Like if I could just throw something on and have it, it'd be great. And this is as good as that gets. Look at this. This looks like I cut my own hair over here. Look at that. All right. Mike Deffenborough says Tim looks like that dude at the Surf Shack who says he rips shaggy gnar edgy barrels. Yeah, bro. I rip shaggy gnar edgy barrels, but barely takes a 3-foot wave.
Shot, dude.
Oh no, I wiped out, bro.
Shot, dude.
That was terrible, bro. Oh,
You totally thrashed hard, dude.
fresh gnar, bro. Thing's itchy. Patrick Berry says, can you give me the lowdown on Alec Bradley cigars? Can I ever? Terrence is going to give you the introductory to Alec Bradley cigars. Where do they come from, Terrence?
Goodness. The efforts and love and passion from Alan Rubin and then his boys, Alec and Bradley.
That's an
henceforth the namesake.
important, that is an extremely important, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Terrence, but that is an extremely important point. Alan Rubin started Alec Bradley and named the brand after his sons, Alec and Bradley.
Yeah.
There isn't a person called Alec Bradley walking around out there. And I think that a lot of Alec Bradley fans think that. And I am ashamed to admit this. I was working in the industry for like 3.5 years when I got a call from Bradley Rubin. And he's like, hey, I'm Bradley from Alec Bradley. And I was like, wait, what? It didn't make any sense to me. It's like, yeah, Alec Bradley, my brother's Alec. I was like, oh, right. And I'm sitting at my computer Googling Alec Bradley cigars, like Alec Rubin and Bradley Rubin. And it dawned on me. I was like, oh, wow, that's great. Anyway, yeah, Alec Bradley cigars. Continue, Terrence.
A lot of great Honduran blends as well from a majority of what I know about the brand. But yeah, I would say started off with the man had a lot of love for cigars. Didn't he start off with making cabinets and like humidors and then switched over to cigars? If I were
sure as hell do not remember.
something of that to that
Nerd.
effect, right? Okay. And so then now they've won great awards. They've been on a bunch of lists. Prensado Lost Art is amazing. You can always find different things like the Chunk. That's another 4x60 cigar that has been absolutely killing it out there. Also, the Safekeepings. I love that cigar as well. But yeah, I definitely love what they've been putting out the last few years for sure.
There are a few things here. Yeah, somebody said Google Alec Bradley Mega Burner. Yeah, that's not a cigar. YouTube algorithm. Yeah, you can look that up. They made that like burning tabletop. It's like a two-handed. I mean, it's more complicated than a torch lighter, but it's pretty damn cool. Okay, let's keep cruising.
This next one, it's a two-parter.
Okay.
This is from Clay Days. Okay.
And the lady smoker's here.
So the lady smoker, we're going to have answer this one.
Go for it. Help. Brand new thermoelectric humidor with humidity. Diff RH on each level. Any ideas to even it out? Listen, I want to give this to Amber, and I'm going to.
She asked, don't mansplain this, Tim.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
Even though I don't want to mansplain it. I recognize that I'm throwing Amber under the bus right now.
Okay.
So she has a different. You know what? I started mansplaining it.
All right, Amber, let's get your opinion. What could cause each level to have different RH?
Okay. So I also just got a thermoelectric humidor and have the same situation going on in mine, where the humidity's higher at the bottom and lower at the top, I believe. Which, if I believe, that's just kind of something that happens. See, Tim will finish this with the more exact answer.
With mansplaining.
Yes.
That's my intention.
But
Full
I believe
intention.
it's because the nature of humidity, where more humidity is typically at the bottom. I can't get too scientific right now because I'm on the spot. But I do believe that's just, it'll eventually balance and kind of find a happy medium. But it's not unusual for the cigars near the top to be at a lower humidity, I believe, and the bottom to be at a higher humidity.
I want to just outline it very simply this way. There is a simple way to think of this. The humidity inside a small storage area, even if your humidor is like a 48 liter, it's going to be about this big. It'll be about the size of like a large speaker that you would see at a concert or something. It shouldn't be that different. And if it's different on each level, to me, that would initially Jim Jurek says gravity. No, it's not. It's not gravity. Probably. It's probably that if you're using 3 different hygrometers, it's your hygrometers.
Mm.
If they're reading if you got one hygrometer on each shelf and they're reading completely different, it's your hygrometers. If you're moving the hygrometer from shelf to shelf, then you want to ask yourself a couple of questions. First one is, how full are those shelves? The only thing that will impede humidity from really getting around in the humidor is going to be it being packed out with too much in there. And somebody I put this up on the screen a minute ago. Somebody said like a computer fan. You can get on Amazon like a computer fan that plugs in through a USB. And if you want air to just circulate in your humidor, that should even out really any disparity in humidity variations from bottom to top or side to side or whatever. A little bit of air circulation will change that. They even have a humidor fan. I have it at the HQ here. It's a humidor fan that turns on for 15 seconds every 10 minutes or something like that. Just enough to rotate that air around so that it doesn't sit still and maybe the humidity settles in one area or something like that. So that would be my recommendation. Some sort of air movement, or maybe your humidor's got too much going on, too much inside.
That's fair.
That seem sufficient?
Yeah, for the most part.
All right. Next question. Matthew Sawicki says, are there any broadleaf by Oscar left? I picked them up the last 2 for my brick and mortar. I don't think that they have any left. No, I think they very well may be out. There's only one way to find out, and that's for me to shoot a text to my friend at Oscar.
While he is
at Oscar.
while he's texting his buddy, I'll go ahead and take the next comment. Billy.
All right. We've got a lot. Oh, this one was for Tim. Sorry, I won't pull that one up.
Okay, for sure.
Here you go, Terrence.
Alrighty, this is from C Frisbee 93. Good evening. What's everybody smoking? Nice. Good transition.
So this is the topic for the show tonight, and this is what we're looking at. Man, this is really, I don't understand how you hair people do it.
What do you mean
What do you mean? Ah, dang, I couldn't get it out fast enough. Terrence, let me have some of those. You get all the other ones.
What do you mean?
Billy that's the only one of those what do you mean you people that Billy's ever gonna get.
That's true.
All right. Let's just fix this real quick. Oh, that's much better.
Oh, now it looks
Now it looks
great.
like a bowl cut. That looks good.
You look like my mom. All right. See, Frisbee. Good evening. What's everyone smoking tonight? So around the studio and at the show topic, we are talking about a blend for the end. So I'm going to ask you, if you're watching at home, what thing do you think will be responsible for the end of the world? What is the thing of all the things we're scared of? What do you think it's going to be? And what cigar might you select for the last 90 minutes of that time period? And around the studio, I want the same thing. What's going to cause the end of the world? And what's the cigar that you selected for the show tonight, which presumably would be that cigar, starting behind the camera with what do you mean, you people, Billy?
What would that acronym be? WYMYP?
Yeah. That'd be the one.
So I gotta say, what's going to end the world, and my end of the world cigar. Chet is going to bring it all down.
Okay.
Chat GPT.
That is
Okay.
Billy's special name for Chat GPT. That's what Billy and Chat GPT call it.
Yeah.
Him. Sorry.
I'm trying to be very polite with him so that he remembers
Yeah.
me when
They're listening.
they're 100% listening. And I am smoking the Axum by Foundation.
Okay. The Maduro, the Claro, do you know?
Maduro.
How are the flavors on that? Is that good? Do
Nice
you think
and-
it's worthy of the end of the world?
I would say it's got that nice dark liddy. Whoa. Whoa. What do you mean, you people? It's got that nice dark chocolatey.
There we go. Okay.
Not a lot of spice to it, but
Okay.
just a little bit. And I've been liking the spice a little bit more.
That's fair.
Some chocolate schmear, yes, Dan. Yeah.
Yeah, I do get leather out of that cigar as well.
I do want to just really quickly tell everybody, I see a lot of people putting what they think is going to end the world in the comments. It's what's going to end the world and what cigar you're going to use.
And the cigar,
to end the
please.
world. Like some people like I'm seeing a few of these. Nathaniel Giles says, idiot world leaders trying to start World War III. There should also be a cigar in there. So the thing and the cigar. This is Cigars Daily Live. So just, and I love all your guys' end of the world stuff.
Rumble's going nuts right
yeah,
now.
Rumble's
Yeah.
just like The servers are heating up right now. They're blowing off steam. People are like, oh, adrenochrome. All right, let's keep going. Terrence, what do you think? What's going to cause the end of the world? What are you going to light up?
So I'm gonna say this. This is gonna be a hot take. The Lord knew not to give me money or power because I would be the end of the world.
Oh, wow.
I would
Wow.
rule the world. I would take it over. Everybody would live in Torrencia, the planet, and I'm having an El Rey del Mundo, Sultan of the Sahara, because I would make everything a desert, barren wasteland. It'll be Mad Max 2, 3, and 4, maybe a little bit of 5, all over the world. I don't care. I would be the world leader. I'd be the supreme end of everything. And, might as well have a bunch of these while I'm at it.
Terrence's is my favorite one.
Wow.
That's my favorite
You
one.
didn't even hear Amber's yet.
I don't have to
gonna
hear.
beat
Amber
that.
isn't. Amber, like we're all talking about things we're afraid are going to happen. You're planning it.
Oh,
Like you're
yes.
like, I would do it.
Yes.
You're like, vote for me for president, and I will crush your freedom. So
yes.
that's the most
Screw
honest.
your freedoms.
That's the
It belongs to Terrence.
Yeah, that's the most honest political campaign I've ever heard. Amber, what about you?
Well, I'm a little bit nervous to follow that up.
Yeah.
I'm also nervous to continue to work with Terrence because that was terrifying. But I think end of the world. I've seen too much Black Mirror. Surprise, some sort of robots gone rogue, like those
Shit.
dogs with guns on them. The robot
Those guys are
dogs.
cool.
Dogs with guns.
I want one
That
of
was
those.
that was the thing you saw, and you're like, we're cooked.
Yeah.
We're
Dogs with
cooked.
guns on
Wait,
their back.
Tim, who taught you that?
Dude.
Who taught you the term cooked, by the way?
We're cooked. That's
Who
not a
taught
new
you that?
term.
That's like the last 3 months. Who told you?
Who taught you
They're
those
Continue,
words?
terrifying. They're
Continue.
too fast.
Yeah,
Okay, so
it's
that's
sort of
how
like sharks with freaking lasers on their head.
Exactly.
Sharks with
Go
freaking
on.
laser beams on their freaking heads.
Yes, but what I'm smoking is a Perdomo legacy. I thought more about that answer than how the world's going to end because Perdomo's like, what I smoke with my family. It's one of my favorite cigars. So good 90-minute smoke. Watch the world burn. Why not? So,
Okay.
or run away from robot dogs trying to shoot me.
They're my robot dogs.
Yeah, that's been made clear, Terrence. We're all very afraid.
So I like everyone's answers in the room. I want to hear some from the viewers at home, from my co-host, all of our viewers at home, and then I'll tell you what mine is. Billy, bring us some of the best ones. Guns and water, the two natural enemies.
I thought that was the answer. Guns and water. That's what was gonna
Guns
answer.
and water, not a very good band. Guns and water, a store that not many people shop at.
What
Sorry.
Christian rock version of Guns N' Roses?
Yeah, Christian rock, Guns and Roses, the cover band.
And then there's some bit at the first song's about turning water into wine.
He's just sitting at home right now. He's like, I only know a lot about two things: their guns and their water, guys. Come on. I will be
So-
watching your YouTube channel later. I hope you have a lot uploaded. Microplastics, which I respect the hell out of microplastics, and a Perdomo 30th anniversary. Got to say, that's a fine pair up. How microplastics are going to do it? Because we just found out they're in everything now.
Mm-hmm.
They're in, and when I say everything, I literally saw a headline the other day that said microplastics are now in seminal fluids. They are there. They've reached the egg. So technically,
We
we're
can
going
give birth
to
to
should be growing
robots?
plastic people pretty
At
soon.
what point are we recyclable as humans? Where there's just so much plastic, they just throw us in the recycling bin
Well,
when we're dead.
recycling plastic isn't as easy because once you do it once or twice, it becomes very brittle and doesn't have the same kind of rigidity as it originally had.
So we are the recycled plastic.
yes, we are.
Oh, that's even scarier.
Wow. And by the way, we're making organic computers as well. We're swip swapping. All right, keep them coming, Billy. What else are the people saying?
There's a lot I want to pull. I just don't know if I'm allowed to pull.
Are they starred in the comments?
Yeah. So here we'll take this one. This is fair.
Disman 69. It says AI, okay, AI and a New World Cameroon.
Mm.
Now, what I respect about serious aficionados, serious cigar lovers, like the ones that watch this show, is that what everybody picks here is not like the oogie boogie bahike. It's not the like ultra rare, ultra limited, can't get your hands on a thing. Everybody just knows what cigars carry a lot of consistency, a lot of quality, a lot of complexity, and they pick those. New World Cameroon is a superb choice. And I think AI is a front leader, but it's not what I think. So keep them coming, Bill.
We had an explanation to Guns and Water. It's not a Christian cover band,
Oh.
which is kind of
Were we wrong?
unfortunate.
Darn.
Who was right? Who called it right?
No one called it right.
Ah, shoot. All right. Guns and Water says, when they knock on my door, I plan on saying I lost everything in a boating accident, but all I could get out was guns and water. All right, that's fine.
That's fair.
Better than cold dead hands. So we like that.
Can you imagine if you chose a not consistent cigar and in the last 90 minutes you're like, oh, this thing won't stay lit. It's
Yeah,
annoying."
yeah, that's why Terrence wants to destroy the world, because if it happened to Terrence, he'd pick a cigar and it would get a tunnel.
Yeah.
And he would spend 90 minutes trying to touch it up, and he'd be like, I don't know what's going on.
You've
with
got to
this
be
thing."
kidding me.
Come on.
Nah, I'm just cutting somebody's finger off and smoking that instead.
Terrence goes, Children of the Flies. What is it?
Lord of the Flies?
Lord of the Flies.
Thank you. Those
It's the
children-
children's book.
children's book. All right. Get us something we can actually put on YouTube. Maro Andy 323. I'll take Gavin Newsom and a scorched earth for $200, Billy.
Oh, shots fired.
Rest in peace, Alec Trebek, by the way. Oh my God.
It's funny because it's true. All right. Let's see. Or slacker. OR slacker. Could be organ slacker. Could be any kind of slacker. Pumpkin lattes will end the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not fan
Peach
fiction
cobbler
right
is
there.
the superior choice for a latte.
And I'm
Is
just
it?
going to just say this nice and slow, an LFD digger to last through the end. You want to say it now, Billy?
What do you mean, you people?
All right. Keep them coming, Billy. He's got one more. A. Aaron says Yellowstone and the Alma de Cuba Noblesse.
What?
Which is
from Aaron.
yeah, from Aaron. I'm going to clear up a couple of things, then I'll give you guys mine. You mean the Aroma de Cuba Noblesse, no doubt. And this was actually, Aaron is closest to what I was going to pick. The like a super volcano. I spend a spooky amount of time going online and looking at maps of like, if Yellowstone went off, what areas would be torched, what areas would have like 2 feet or more of ash fall on them, and what areas would just experience famine for 2 years. And then basically the whole globe gets blotted out and the temperature drops drastically. And I'll say, no matter what end of the world scenario it is, you're pretty good in Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
Like Phoenix is like fine. We're like fine. Like the ice caps melt, the water levels rise. Phoenix is beachfront property. The temperatures drop. Phoenix is a paradise, right? Aliens invade the earth. Phoenix is not a desirable place to be. Well, basically, no matter what. So
San Andreas fault knocks California
yeah.
off.
yeah, everybody in Arizona has a siesta.
I would
Fiesta.
stop
Fiesta.
Newsom real quick.
I would stop Newsom really, really quick. He would be like, "Oh no, my podcast." All right, there you go. Lots of things to be very afraid of.
What
out there.
is your end of the world scenario and cigar choice, Tim?
That is mine.
Okay,
That's the
Yellowstone
one I admit to.
and a scorched earth.
It's interesting, not necessarily a scorched earth. It's funny that A. Aaron said the Alma del whatever.
Mhm.
I picked for this episode the Alma del Cielo from Plasencia Cigar. That and
Oh,
I picked that one for 2 reasons. Reason number one, it would be a great end of the world cigar. Although authentically, if we had 90 minutes left, I'd probably be pulling out a Filthy Viking, legitimately. And then number two, I legitimately think the super volcano is the like extremely dangerous thing. I picked this cigar because it's extremely expensive and I had a really bad day. So
yeah,
that's half the reason.
Here's
I'm
a bad
smoking it
day.
for this.
Wow.
Can I
Okay.
pull one more, because he brings up a fantastic point that I had kind of let go out of my mind for a little
Listen,
bit.
if we anything we can do to fill the good points quotas on this show, which there are not many. The Thick Wick says dire wolves and El Centurion.
Because they brought those back and those went out for a reason. Let's just be honest.
Well, he also has Nugget, which is like a cute little cat as well. so,
Nugget
like,
is going to be a tasty little morsel for
yeah, it's gonna
dire
be stuck
wolves.
in some things teeth,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I think it's fascinating. We've mentioned so far before dire wolves, we mentioned AI, we mentioned Yellowstone. I saw meteorite in there. Someone said high cholesterol. That's pretty clever and maybe true. There are a lot of things. But the dire wolves one, nobody really got into the fact that we're basically doing Jurassic Park just sort of slowly. We did the dire wolves. Now we're like, we got to do the
wanna do
woolly
the-
mammoths and
The
then
dodo.
yeah. Pretty soon they're going to be like, oh, we found an Anunnaki. We should remake those.
would
Bad
really
idea.
keep things in perspective, though. Like, you'd be like, oh, I got stuck in traffic. There was a herd of raptors cruising through the 17, like.
Will
That'd be
Tim accept that
terrifying.
for being late to work? He'll be like,
No.
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 I got in a
be
gun
hit.
battle
Billy,
with a T-Rex.
You can't plan for raptors. Come on, man.
You need to show up 15 minutes early. So just say,
Yeah.
those raptors run at that time in the morning.
We shouldn't go down this road of recreating Jurassic Park in real life based just simply on how bad the movies progressively got. Like that should have been the sign to
True.
us, not what happened in the movies.
They should
All
have
right.
stopped before Chris Pratt.
And you're right. They should. Well, I like the first one with Chris Pratt, but it's beside the point.
It
A
was
lot of
Sorry.
you picked-
Let's go on to the next point.
I'm really excited. A lot of you picked really real cigars, like real cigar lover cigars, not these like hoity-toity, like, oh, it's a super high-end thing you can never get again. That's fantastic. Good job. We'll come back to that. And let's see. Keep dropping your cigar comments and questions down below. I want to dive into a segment we do every week on this show called the Cigars Daily Nation Pick of the Week. Now, I got a few things to go over, especially as we talk about a blend for the end. The last cigar, the last thing we would do. And my hope would be that if the world was about to end, if the lights were about to go out, if the meteor was about to hit, if the T900 was about to step on your skull, and you only had 90 minutes left, that you would enjoy a cigar this far. Take a look right here. This is from Joel L. on the Cigars Daily Nation. He says, work took a weird turn today. So here I am nubbing a diesel vintage Maduro on the side of the freeway. And here he's sitting in what looks like it could be a tour bus.
I hope it's a tour bus of like high school kids.
Yeah,
that
yeah. And he's
driving
smoking
around.
the cigar there. He's
It's
like,
a church
"Shut
trip.
up. I'll turn this bus around. I'm not done with my cigar yet. Yeah. And by the way, diesel vintage Maduro choice. Or you could do a nub like this one right here. Do you have the other nub picture? That's not quite the one.
I don't see it.
This guy right here. This one is from
Whoa.
James A. He said, nub the S out of my nub, Connecticut. Good to the last draw. And I got to say, if
That
you've
last
nubbed
draw
it
was
down,
10 minutes ago, brother.
if you've nubbed it down that far, that is, you should talk to your doctor.
Can we just talk? He needs help from Terrence on how to take a photo. Can you put that back up?
I'll put it back up briefly, but I forgot to edit out the
Oh,
bad word.
Never mind. Oh,
There you go. Yeah, no,
Joel-
you can tell the brand of the light bulb in his. Yeah, in
You
his
can tell
light
it's a
fixture.
53 watt light bulb.
Yeah, more than you can tell with the cigar.
Joel's currently watching, and he commented in on what he was driving.
Great. I'd love to know. It's a van.
Lame.
With
high school
van down by the river.
Yeah. Why were you pulled over on the side of the road? That's what I want to know. I was literally thinking that. Did it break down? Did you have to wait for some velociraptors across the road? Just put it in the comments and let us know. All right, let's keep cruising. I got two more for you. Sherry E, she's got a great shot here. She says, who says Chicky Stickies are not good smokes?
Nobody.
That ash, though. So she's got a Billy's Chicky Sticky right there. And that is half a cigar worth of ash, maybe 45% of the cigars they ash on a Chicky Sticky Cuban sandwich. Billy, how do you feel about that? Give us some commentary.
Those
there,
Chicky
keep it up
Stickies
there. Terrence.
are
Oh,
very well created and crafted. And there's a lot of times where I have to like knock that ash off because of how well the construction is.
Which on a Cuban sandwich is not usual.
You typically don't get that.
Yeah,
And
that's-
so, I mean, I like my Chicky Stickies. What can I say?
You and me both, brother.
All right. And last but certainly not least, keep dropping your cigar comments, questions down below. I want to make you guys aware of something. This is a post from Daniel F. This has nothing to do with the end of the world. We're having a lot of fun during this episode, but this is something that I wanted to bring some awareness to for you guys because as a cigar community, this is one of the things we'd be about. Daniel F says, #Perdomo. Thoughts are with the Perdomo family during this difficult time. This week, Nick Perdomo has been posting online to share with the Perdomo Army and with the cigar-loving world that they've lost two very close team members and people at Perdomo Cigars. The first one is Sarah. Sarah was a factory manager at Perdomo Cigars for 32 years. She was a tight-knit part of their family. Nick and his son Nicholas both recount fond memories of her. I think she would have been the factory manager when Nicholas was just a pup, when he was a little one. As he was coming up, she would have been there through basically the whole thing. She just passed away this last week. In addition, Bob Putnam, who was a territory rep in Arizona. He was actually visited the Cigars Daily HQ on a couple of occasions, and legitimately I didn't meet Sarah. I met Bob. Bob was one of the most authentically excited cigar nerd aficionados that I've ever met, and loved Perdomo, dare I say, more than Nick. He was a self-identified Perdomo fanboy. He really loved the brand. And I think when he finally got to work with Nick and work with Perdomo Cigars, he was over the moon about it. And the time I met him, the week he started working for them, he came into the HQ, and we just had such a great conversation. The thing that stood out about this man was this brilliance about him and the passion that he had for cigars. This is a really rough call for Perdomo, a really, I guess, rough roll of the dice, because they are missing some critical, crucial people to their operation. They're reeling from it. So in the Cigars Daily Nation Facebook group, there's a contest to win some swag. And all people got to do is burn a Perdomo and post #Perdomo. Share your passion for Perdomo in the Facebook group, and there'll be a thing in the week. I put a post in the group about it. I can't outline it here. I can during the after party. I can tell you more about the giveaway. But just so that you guys know, we are doing that to honor Nick and Nicholas and the entire Perdomo family that we love dearly. There we go. All right, back to the show. Billy, what's going on in the comments?
Yeah, you kind of put me on a hard spot. We just talked about two awesome people that died, and I don't have any comments that are not joking around. So
yeah, we can go back to joking around. That's okay.
I mean, it's
kind of hard to switch gears. It's kind of like how a car accident can ruin a date.
Well, I was going to pull.
Wait, what the hell did you just say? What did you just say?
I said a car accident can ruin a date.
What do you know?
I've lived that.
What?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I was.
Hold on a second. What?
Was it in a Subaru? Those are super safe.
I mean, with that high of a safety rating, of course it wasn't in the Subaru, you know.
Yeah.
No, I was on a date one time. I was 20 years old, and I'm sitting there trying to get to know this girl, and all of a sudden you hear this horrible crash. It's like a 5-car pile up in the middle of an intersection. Terrible, absolutely terrible. It just there's no bouncing back after that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Similar, Terrence?
No.
Same car?
So I am a prince. I am a king indeed. And I had somebody pick me up. This is years and years ago. And we're sitting there going to where we were going to go for this date. And she rear-ended somebody. I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to spend any more time with you. I'm an Uber home. Have a great night. Be safe.
You just
left her on the side of the road?
No. They traded insurance information. She's alive. She's fine. Both feet are still attached.
But at what point did you leave?
So
this is vital information.
Did you leave before the cops got there for any particular reason?
Wait, why would I be there when cops are there?
Saying.
Why would I be there when cops are there? I'd get arrested. Anyway, no. We got her back to her place. The bumper, we just ripped it off because it would be dragging for another 2 miles. And she was like, oh, blah, 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 yada, yada. I was like, I'm good. Have a great night. Stay blessed. You're going to need some painkillers. Yeah.
You know, that it was what you mentioned was fascinating. What Billy said, what you said was fascinating. At the last Cigars Daily HQ, I was sitting in the lounge and I heard a big old smash outside. And we had a lot of car accidents right in front of the HQ. We was right in front of a very busy road.
Mm-hmm.
And I went out there, and legit styles, there was a Subaru upside down in front of the HQ.
What was the driver?
A young lady.
Yep.
And her dog.
Classic.
And Bernie Sanders.
Yep.
And they were sitting on a park bench together. No, it was just a young lady and her dog, and they were perfectly fine.
See?
Perfectly fine. Texas Taurus said, "Were the Subaru owners hot?" The one that I saw was. She was. Okay. Yes.
I mean, if you're asking me, the answer is usually yes. But I think we might have different tastes. So.
Yeah. I mean,
or
maybe
similar.
we don't. Or exactly the same. I don't know.
Yeah. Different interests.
Anyway, after I saw that accident, that's why my wife, the wrench, drives a Subaru. Mm-hmm. I don't know what her wife drives.
I feel like if we can get monetized
wow.
for this.
Wow.
See what I did there?
Yep.
Well, right, go on. What were you saying?
No, I just feel like we're cruising for a Subaru sponsorship or something.
Ooh.
Cigars Daily Live, sponsored by Subaru.
The official
And
vehicle
C4.
of cigar
And
smokers
then it's just a
everywhere.
picture of Bernie Mittens. You know, that's all I want.
No, just
All
a
right.
picture of me smoking a cigar in a Subaru.
I'm all about that. Well,
Back
you
to
know what?
car questions.
Yeah.
This is why if you're going to chime in on what you're doing, you need to be quick with it because other people beat Joel to what he was doing for work in his van.
Oh boy. John Weiss says he was passing out candy.
These kids don't want candy now. They want free Wi-Fi. Come
That's
on,
true.
John.
That's
Yeah.
true.
But his response was pretty lame. The candy was better.
My coworkers ditched me to go off-roading. A van only goes so far. The little van that couldn't. That's a pretty good. I like the little van that couldn't. And you know what? They all went off-roading and he stayed around and had a cigar. Let me tell you what happens when people go off-roading.
They
Let
flip
me ask
over like they
Terrence
drive a
what happens
Subaru.
when people go off-roading.
Do you still have that video?
It's not on here,
Oh.
but I mean, it was still like in a neighborhood. But yeah, I went on a 4-wheeler, quad, whatever y'all want to call those things, an all-terrain vehicle, and my feet were not on any terrain anymore after a little bit of time. So yeah, you
That'll
kind of
get ya.
flip off of them.
Cruising for a Subaru's-in.
Nice.
Kyle Weiber. Kyle, I legitimately want to know if you came up with that. If you did you deserve a prize. Cruising for a Subaru's, and that's a t-shirt. I want that. I gotta have that.
I gotta
t-shirt
have
made.
that.
Yeah, I gotta make it for you. I mean, that's too amazing.
It's
All right, keep dropping your cigar comments and questions down below. We're gonna come back to them. We're gonna just move slightly along from the Subaru conversation for a minute and dive into some Cigars Daily headlines. You know what? Let's just face it. This episode is about fear mongering. We're talking about a blend for the end. What is the cigar you'd smoke at the end of the world? And certainly, it seems like the end for some people, especially if you are an aficionado who is in the great state of California. Dear God, California has been getting hammered by cigar legislation and rules and restrictions and all kinds of stuff. I'm going to tell you about a couple of things right now. I think I even kept one of these open. No, I didn't. I'm going to have to get my half wheel. These articles come from Half Wheel. Half Wheel is the front page of cigars on the internet or something like that. You have to ask Patrick Legreed. Regulations. So the first headline here is California to raise tobacco retailers' license fees. The short and skinny of it is to have a cigar shop in California, it takes a long time to get the license. I've heard that it costs like a couple $1,000s to get it up front, but then there are annual maintenance fees on that license. This is not altogether unique. Arizona has them too. But in Arizona, the license fee is $25. In California, they just raised it by something like $170. It's now an extra, it's like $450 a year just to maintain your license. All of that is on top of other new restrictions that California is putting out there. Let's grab the other headline. The cigar industry is suing over California's UTL scheme.
It makes it sound like you'd be itching after that.
Yeah. If you get, shouldn't say that. Don't get a UTL. Hugo Smokes is on, by the way, one of Cigars Daily Crew's favorite cigar influencers. He says, I'm a cigar smoker, not an aficionado. UTL is going down. I'll say this. In California, what they've been combating is something that's been a hot button issue for aficionados all over the country for the last few years, and that is the banning of cigars in certain areas or even certain types of cigars. California happens to be going after the same thing that the last White House administration was going after, and that is flavored cigars. This is something that they've been going after. They've been sued. They were sued by R.J. Reynolds. They've been sued now by Cigar Rights of America. And part of this is the way that they're doing it. And I want you to tell me on a scale of 1 to 10, how California is this, where 1 is not California at all. So Texas, and 10 is very California, Gavin Newsom's hair product. Okay. It's like 1 to 10. Give me a 1 through 10. What they want to do is what's called a UTL list. And I'm going to read this to you so that you understand what this is. As part of this bill, AB 3118, for you legislature nerds out there, The legislature directed the Attorney General's office to create a list of products, both traditional tobacco products and vaping products, that were deemed unflavored and legal to sell in California. It's called the Unflavored Tobacco List, UTL. In theory, it seems quite simple. Any product that isn't on the UTL won't be allowed in California, or won't be allowed to be in stores in California. The problem is this: trying to outlaw something by creating a negative list of that thing is basically impossible. It's not just so what they're trying to do is say, we're going to get rid of flavored cigars. And the way that we're going to do that is make every cigar maker out there register every cigar they're going to sell in our state as non-flavored. If you wanted to outlaw something, you would make a list of the thing you were going to outlaw and say, these things aren't allowed. So California would be like, oh, like infused cigars, like some DE products, or, some of the CAO stuff or something like that. They would say these products just aren't allowed. Instead, they're saying you have to pay to register every other product that's not flavored, and then you'll be allowed to sell those. And a lot of cigar brands are saying that this is just untenable types of regulation. And it smacks with the same kind of like disgustingness that we got out of the FDA's deeming rule of 2016. Now the cigar industry is suing over it. We are going to be following this story, Billy.
You asked everybody to do 1 out of 10. I want to save us all the time.
Yep.
All the numbers were between 10 and 100. There you go.
Gavin Newsom's hair product versus Gavin Newsom standing in the middle of a burned down neighborhood, swaying and like being excited. Okay.
Although I want to pull this comment because, like, damn.
This one's from Alex Magliocco. He says,
Whoa.
I'd rather be dead in California than alive in Arizona.
Damn.
Wait,
Damn.
wait, do you know what,
What did
that's
we
from?
do?
What is that? Is that from Raising Arizona?
No, it's from Arrested Development when the mom says, I'd rather
Oh.
be dead in
It's
Arizona.
a show quote.
Yeah, but he reversed it because she says, I'd rather be dead in Arizona than alive in California. And he did the opposite. So, solid quote.
Alex, do you love California?
Mr. F.
Is he here representing Gavin Newsom?
Oh, that landed him.
That was
Okay.
hardcore, Mr. F. Come on, there's people laughing at home about that.
I thought
Who-
Amber would have got that.
That went
one,
over a
but-
few
No,
heads in this
It,
room.
it went over my head.
For British eyes only.
Oh, okay.
And there we go. That's all I'm gonna do
Okay. I'm
before
there.
I get canceled.
Oh my gosh. All right, there you go. Now you're updated on some of the news. By the way, a couple other things going on in the world right now, and we can throw up that next one. This has just been really recent. This is a big deal in the cigar world. Drew Estate and Hoya de Nicaragua are ending their U.S. distribution agreement.
Yeah.
Here's how this works. Up until now, Drew Estate and Hoya de Nicaragua have effectively, I mean, as far as the retailer is consumed, they come from the same place.
Yeah.
They're two different entities, but the distribution is the same. So, for instance, let's say that you had a brick and mortar cigar shop in Arizona. I know that you wouldn't be caught alive in Arizona, and that's okay. That's fine. But
Mr. F.
let's say you had it. If you wanted to write an order for Drew Estate and Hoya de Nicaragua, you'd write one order and you'd send it to Drew Estate and they would send both products to the shop. Now they're going to be ending that agreement, which means Hoya de Nicaragua is going to branch out on their own, create their own distribution channels, and yet another vendor relationship for all cigar shops across America. This is a rather colossal move in the cigar industry,
Yeah.
as Drew Estate is one of the largest cigar companies that exists. Drew Estate and their parent company, Swisher, have been mammoths in the cigar world for a long time. And among the largest, Hoya de Nicaragua is making a big move to branch out on their own. And by the way, that speaks huge confidence from the folks over at Hoya de Nicaragua,
Yeah.
one of the original Nicaraguan cigar brands. So
I will have to say, when I was looking at this article on Half Wheel, the comments were absolutely choice.
were they?
Somebody was like, "Oh, all these cigar brand divorces. What's next? My father and Tatuaje." And then somebody said there literally would have to be a legal divorce for that to happen.
There would, yes.
And
Because
so-
Pete Johnson is married to one of the Garcia family members.
Yes, and so I thought that was absolutely a gem. Also, support Half Wheel. I made an account. You'll see me comment on a bunch of random stuff, but yes.
Okay, let's take it from Basil Rojas. Is that a good move for Hoya opinions from around the room. I'll wrap it up. Billy, you go first, CEO, since you're the most glued into the cigar industry and what's going on.
Look,
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Okay.
I was not 100% paying attention. This is when the teacher calls on you, and I'm like texting a girl on the side. I was reading comments and doing my job.
Billy, they
yeah.
had
Can
cell
you give
phones
me-
when you were in high school? Oh my gosh.
Let's let Terrence inform your opinion.
Thank
Terrence, what do you
you.
think?
You know what? Gosh, I'm there's two wolves inside of me and they won't stop pumping. But
What type of incestual comment was that? Like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Wait, y'all ain't
Gonna
never seen the
create?
memes before? Like it's
Nope.
Not. I'm not on that algorithm, buddy. I'm sorry.
my algorithm. I built my algorithm brick by brick. Anyway, like I would love for that to be just an easier partnership and all of that. But then again, like Hoya de Nicaragua deserves a little bit of respect. Like they've been around for a long time. They make banger blends, and I feel like they get overshadowed. I'm not saying necessarily like it's anybody's fault or anything like that, but like numero uno, cinco cinco, like a lot of stuff that they come out with is absolutely stellar, and I feel like it gets overshadowed a lot by probably other things that come out from the same vendor. So I definitely personally believe that like ultimately like it's cool for them to be able to do that, but also the getting that market share and the eyes on your brand once it's already separated is going to be difficult because somebody is going to be like, nah, I don't want it. Yeah, maybe one. It's really difficult to get that kind of like grasp on people again. So I'm like I said, I'm at two halves. How about that? I have
You're of
halves
two
about it.
minds.
I'm of two minds about it, and it definitely intrigues me. But hopefully, I wish the best for everybody at JDN for it.
All right, Billy, just wanted to know. Yeah, OR Slacker. Sorry, I keep taking it down where you put it. Billy still isn't listening.
No,
He
I'm
still
reading all
doesn't
the
know the question. I got to echo what some of what Terrence said. My experience in the cigar industry is really quite simple. I work on a routinely with reps of every type and variety. There's essentially two types of reps out there. One rep is what you call an in-house rep.
Mhm.
So a brand like, who do I know who's got an in-house rep?
Perdomo.
No, we don't use Perdomo, right? They got it. First of all, the rep just passed, sadly,
Oh,
and also
yes.
we're in house. So
Dunbarton?
okay, my father's cigars.
Okay.
There we go. My father has an in-house rep, a dude who just
okay. I get
goes
this now.
to cigar shops and basically preaches the gospel of my father. That's his only job.
Love
That's
that
all he
guy,
does.
by the way.
He goes in and says, my father's cigar, see? And then he tries to get him on the
He
shelf.
legitimately sounds like that too.
The other type is what you'd call a broker.
Yeah.
A broker is the one that represents more than one brand.
Mhm.
So a broker might have a handful of brands in their catalog, so they don't belong to any one particular brand. Instead, they represent a handful. I work with 2 or 3 brokers that together represent maybe 10 or 12 different cigar brands.
Mhm.
The challenge with a broker is that the brands in those catalogs feel like they're fighting for FaceTime with the cigar shop. So if a broker comes in and they represent 4 brands, they might talk to me about 2 brands in their catalog, and by the time they've pitched me on 2 brands, they can't pitch 2 more. They've sort of fired their bullets, they've shot their wad, they're not going to get much more out of me. And so these brands in a broker's catalog end up feeling like they're maybe fighting for position, or one brand feels like they get dropped off the bottom. The most rare instance here is what you see with this. The reps for Drew Estate are not brokers. They're in-house reps for Drew Estate, but they also happen to represent Hoya de Nicaragua.
Mhm.
It is possible that one aspect of this change of the relationship is that Hoya wants to get better representation with in-house brands. You'll know if that's not true if Hoya goes directly to brokers when they separate. But if they have in-house brands, they may get better representation in their accounts or their partners. But there are a million other reasons this can happen too. And we've seen this recently. There is one other relationship in the cigar industry that I know of that is a similar 2 completely separate brands that their relationship with each other is sharing a distribution, and that's Arturo Fuente and JC Newman.
Yes.
They share a single distribution channel, and so they share a rep and they share basically all of the main infrastructure, but they cigar making entities are completely separate. So it's a little bit of a difference there. And even still, most recently we saw Arturo Fuente and Mirafel sort of uncouple to a degree we don't understand. There's no more international distribution agreement there. Fuente will have to do their own international distribution, and the status of Mirafel Cameroon wrapper for the Hemingway and Don Carlos series also remains unknown. So there's a couple of things to know there, but certainly the question that was asked that I've given a very long answer to is this a good thing for Hoya de Nicaragua? My answer to you is I think that it probably is. I imagine that this would be a net benefit for them long term.
I feel so bad because like you're so happy tonight. You've got your hair going.
Yeah.
You feel like you're 16 again. The after party's down. It's not working.
On Plus?
Yeah, on Plus. I've tried it. Everybody's saying it, and I just went and tried to reload, and it says the network has failed.
That's weird because it doesn't say it on our thingy, you know?
Yeah.
And all the lights are flashing green. Of all the stuff that could not work today, this is the one I'm most okay with. Listen,
Yeah.
I know not everybody likes Rumble, okay? Not all of you like to rub shoulders with serious conspiracy theorists, and that's okay.
They're
But
cool.
that is where the after party is going to be tonight, and that is where we are going to go right now. Join us for more of this episode as we talk about the blends for the end, the last cigar in our humidor, the one that we love and would have even if the world was about to snuff out like a candlelight. Join us there for more of this show. We're going to talk about all the stuff we couldn't talk about on the main portion. This is where we go and continue the episode with fewer rules, with fewer regulations, and have real, true freedom. So join us there and keep dropping your cigar comments and questions down below. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight, and stay tuned for another epic episode next Monday night. This is Tim and the whole crew headed the after party. Otherwise, we'll see you next Monday.
And live your lives.